Baby, don't move now. Baby, don't move. You gotta stand still right now, where I can see you. There's a feeling in my heart so strange. Baby, I don't want you to change. Just stay the same, and everything will be okay. Promise I will always wait for you to go and find your own way. We don't have no time to lose. As the sun passes the moon, I will always say my time Baby, don't move now. Baby, don't move. You're a part of me now, and it's hard sometimes, 'cause I know that when you love someone, you should let them go, and everything will be okay. Promise I will always wait for you to go and find your own way. We don't have no time to lose.
Welcome to free live tarot readings. How's everybody doing? I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings. What's up, Cheryl, Stacy, Anime, George, Patty CM, and Sahu? Welcome. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Check out this new tarot deck that I just found. They just released this on Kickstarter. And oh my, it looks good. I think the Bonefire Tarot has some competition now. The Bonefire Tarot may get replaced by that deck that they just put out on Kickstarter, because that looks really good. Midnight Meditations, go check that deck out. That is amazing. When is that thing coming out? Is that coming out this year? Or is that next year? I didn't actually look at that. I got so excited about just seeing it. That's one of the few decks that I just immediately clicked support. Like, you know, you just click it. It comes out in April. It's not bad at all. So you get an early bird. Okay, so it is, whoa, $54. That is not cheap. Kristen, thank you for your donation. Cheryl, thank you for your donation. Zora, welcome. Go ahead and ask your question. Maddie, how you doing? Maddie, did you see the new deck? Because that looks really good. That looks better than the Bone. I think the Bonefire Tarot may get replaced by that deck. I'm just saying now. All right. Kristen wants to know rest of the week at work. Let's see about that. Actually, we already have Kristen. Well, that's not your name though. Kristen. And with the rest, will I do well the rest of the week at work? Let's check that out and see by using the Bonefire Tarot. I mean, let's get a side-by-side comparison with this new deck on Kickstarter that I'm all excited about. I'm just saying, Stacy, when you get off the phone, you got to go check it out. I mean, that is one of the most stunning decks I've seen on Kickstarter in a very, very long time. So, yeah, it looks really, really good. All right, Kristen wants to know about the rest of the week at work. How will it go? The Two of Coins, the Ten of Coins and the Moon, it's going pretty well. I mean, we do have the Ten of Coins. Ten of Coins does say that it's going to be a pretty productive week. I think things are picking up. They slow down a little bit because like everybody's on vacation, but now that everybody's sort of rolling back, they're going to sort of be rolling back in. Now they're going to have everything busy because now they have money. It's the new year. They've got new money. They want new projects. They want new things. They have all sorts of expectations for how things are going. So, I mean, I think that the 10 of Coins says that things are going to be rocking and rolling. Maddie, thank you for your donation. Cheryl, thank you for your other donation. The moon is interesting. It says, you know, work is going to be as usual. So you do have the normal things. I think you have people a little bit excited, people coming back, trying to get in the mode of things. But I do think you have a couple of fun things that are sort of happening with it. But, sort of day to day as usual. The Two of Coins, I think one of the big choices that you wanted as you were sort of migrating back into work is not going to be available anymore. So I think the landscape has changed a little bit. Midnight Meditations might have to donate plasma for that deck. I'm just saying, if you're donating plasma for a tarot deck, that one that I just looked at is stunning enough to do it. I mean, I'm just saying. Entertainment purposes only. All right, what month is a good time to go back home? Cheryl wants to know what is the best month to make a little trip there and see how that's going to go. That is a big flight. Cheryl, how many hours is that flight? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. I know to go to India is like 18 hours, I think. It was 18 hours. I'm not sure how long it is to go back to your home, but yeah, man, those long flights, those are the worst. The last time I was on a long flight, somebody opened up the overhead bin and like dropped the luggage almost on my head. So, one of those things. All right, let's see about that. The list is never closed. Everybody's new here tonight. By the way, if you are new, there is no list. What a weird concept. There's no list at all. It doesn't exist. I pick it random after I do donations. So we got like 5 donations so far. But if I get some free time, then I'm going to do random ones. So post your question. If I think it's interesting, I might read it after the donations are over. All right, let's see about this. What month is a good time to go back home? What are we looking for here? The World, the Hierophant, the Six of Swords. I mean, it looks like that May. I would say, all right, just based upon this, I would go with May. We have the 5. We have the May power in here. The Hierophant is sort of standing out. That is the ultimate authority. That is the authority that sort of is above others. And the fact that it is a 5, I'm saying May. I'm saying towards the end of May, though, because the world is sort of rounding out. That's sort of the end of the majors and whatnot. So I'm thinking the end of May. You do have a trip sort of reversed here. I'm just going to basically ignore this card for that particular question and just go with that. Just go with the end of May would be a good month or a good time to go back home. All right. We got the rest of the weekend there. We got there. Now we got a love reading for January. Maddie needs some love. Needs a little bit of the love action while it's cold. Let's see. Ooh, double L. Love for January. Needs a little love while it's cold. Because if you're going to snuggle up with somebody, doing it while it's cold is the best solution, because when it's hot, you're just like miserable because you're both sweating. Christina, what is going on? How you doing? Christina, that you locked out of your car. That's no good at all. Philippe, welcome. How you doing? By the way, if you have not seen the new deck that I am hyped about, let me post it again. Because I think this is going to be the replacement for the Bonefire Tarot. If you liked the Bonefire Tarot, Boo Boo, welcome, how you doing? If you liked the Bonefire Tarot, if that was your thing, I think this new deck is going to replace it. I don't think the Bonefire Tarot is going to survive because this new deck is really nice. Get some hearts out here from Maddie. Maddie deserves some hearts. If you're going to snuggle with somebody, do it while it's cold, because in summertime, you're all sweaty and it's kind of gross. I like snuggling, but when it's hot and sweaty, the attractiveness really sort of goes down pretty far. It sort of goes down pretty far, I gotta say. Hanging to the laundromat, roadside assistant. Well, that's no good at all. That is no good at all. All right. I saw a commercial where you could get into your car with your phone. You need one of those. You know what I mean? Sarah, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see about this. Love in January. The Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords says January. I mean, the 1st of January is a little dry. And we got a little bit of a dry spell in the 1st of January. Two of Wands sort of picks up Hierophant and the Two of Pentacles. I think that you actually have a prospect come back from a previous love or somebody that you previously known that you enjoyed, that you sort of hung out with. It was kind of fun to be around. I think this person has been around, sort of lurking a little bit, but they just haven't said anything. I think they're sort of coming back, right? The Two of Wands is domain. It's a domain that you've been with before. It's somebody that you've seen before, somebody that you've known, etc., etc. I think they're sort of coming back, and you're going to have the opportunity to get back into something with this particular person. So the Two of Wands sort of points to, and again, it's sort of like this joining together of somebody. But again, Two of Wands with that domain action really sort of puts it into perspective with that. The Hierophant is interesting here. I think that the person is a little bit too forward as far as where they want to go with everything than you are like, that you are enjoying. I think that you just sort of want to keep it a little bit casual. You just want to sort of be hanging around and whatnot. I don't think you just want to dive in the deep end with this particular person really quick. And I think that's sort of where they're headed, right? They get a little bit too infatuated. They just want to dive into the deep end really fast. You're like, well, that's pretty quick there. So you just feeling that a little bit of the disconnect as far as where the goals are and whatnot. The Hierophant being a really serious, a really sort of forward type thing. And the Two of Pentacles, right? We have to sort of make choices with all of this. I really don't think that ultimately this person's going to be somebody that you want to just go down the aisle with or whatnot. But I mean, they're sort of there. But again, the beginning of January is just a bit dry, It's one of the dry spells, a little bit of a short desert walk as you begin the January prospects. All right. Nicole, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Evan snuck in. Patty, too. What is going on? Bartman as well. It's good to see all of you. If you haven't seen the new deck that I'm excited about on Kickstarter, you got to check it out. It is the Bonefire Tarot Part 2, I think. I'm going to get the Bonefire. I'm going to just retire it. I'm going to get that deck. It's out in April. I'm just going to retire my Bonefire and get that one in there. But now, going back home, should I work? COVID. Okay, let's see. What is BTN? BTN other than button? I don't know. I mean, I've been programming software for too many years. BTN means button to me. Going back home, should I work? Going back home, is work going to be a thing? There you go. Cheryl, you're up right now. Anime, what is going on? How you doing? Addie, welcome. How are you tonight? It's so good to see you. All right, could it mean between now and going back home, should I work? Okay, sorry. That's a lot. That's 30 years of software development. BTN is button. I'm just saying. BTN is button. TXT is a text box. CHK is a check box. DRP is a drop-down selection. That's too much software. All right. Should you work between now and coming home? I think so. We have a lot of movement. We have a lot of sort of action. We have a lot of things happening with all of that. So, it's a bit of that Knight of Cups action to where I think working is going to do you good. Working is going to be good. It's going to be a lot of beneficial things that you can sort of get from that and whatnot. The Knight of Swords definitely points to taking that action, getting that movement. The Knight is just riding in. He is hauling through. He is all excited. He is just ready to go. The Knight of Swords definitely says take some action, get some things moving. Don't just sort of sit, right? If you were going to sort of not work or we're going to do something like that, I would expect a movement card reversed. I would expect maybe a 4 of Pentacles where we're just sort of there. Maybe a 4 of Swords would be great where we're just not doing anything. But instead we got the success comes from movement. Getting passionate about it, doing it, definitely working, definitely having that feel coming in is going to be important for you. So looking very, very good for going to work between or button back to work. What else? Somebody else help me out on the software stuff. TXT is a text box. DRP is a drop down. CB is a combo box. Oh, what else we got? BTN is a button. EVT is an event handler. Oh no, event handler is EVT HDL or whatever. Event handler. Aqua, what is going on? How you doing tonight? All right, Kale's here. All right, a little bit of a love reading for January for Sarah. Sarah's getting a little love too. I'm just saying. Love for January. There we go. Let's see. Helly Grace, what is going on? Oh, let's do a little bit of a divine. A little bit of a divine. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the divine tonight. It's feeling divine. I'm all freaking excited about these about the Kickstarter tarot decks. It better not disappoint me. I have been burned by at least 5 tarot decks from Kickstarter this year. I'm not getting burned again. I'm going to be extremely selective. I say that as I immediately hit back to that one in like 3 seconds. But I'm just saying, I'm going to be more. I think I'm going to be more selective. I'm going to try to be more selective. I am going to do a video on the tarot decks that I absolutely hated in 2020. Right? I know 2020 was like a year ago, it feels like, but you know, I do want to make that video. I do want to check it out. Maddie, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Well, thank you so much, Maddie. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Page of Coins for the love reading of January. 10 of Wands and the Hierophant. The Hierophant seems to be in every spread. It doesn't want to go away. Sarah, you're getting the Hierophant. Apparently, the Hierophant is here. So what does that mean for you? I think that you have the Page of Coins. We have sort of a stable love relationship throughout, basically throughout January. I think it's something that either you have a possibility to get in or you've had a possibility to get in. I think, Sarah, I think you're pretty picky based upon this. I think Sarah gets out there and Sarah is like me. Sarah is like, I'm going to be picky about these tarot decks on Kickstarter, except Sarah looks maybe to a relationship for that. You know what I mean? It feels like that. A little bit of the Page of Coins. The relationships that you run into are just not stable. You're getting into those situations where you just have, you know, literally tossing a coin, it feels like, with a Page of Coins. And you're trying to get things done. You're trying to get things moving along, and it just doesn't happen. I think you're sort of getting screwed over, not, you know, pun intended, I guess, in some of the relationships as well. Some of this people make either false promises or a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a game there. And you're just like, you know, I think you're done with it. You're done with it. You're tired of it. You don't really want to put up with it. And again, that's why you're sort of in that picky thing as well. So I think that's good for you. I think being picky is good because the 10 of Wands. I think that you have a hovering relationship possibility. One that is just sort of moving around. It's waiting for you. It's lurking around. And I think it's going to be a big pain in the butt. You want to dodge that one. And because you're so picky, because you're selective about who you want to talk to, about where you want to sort of be, I think that's going to do you very well because you're going to avoid this 10 of Wands, this encumbrance, this relationship you really don't want to be in, somebody you really don't want to be around or whatnot. Overall, I think the stability needs to be there. Seems one of the things that's really lacking for whatnot. So, I mean, that's just where that is. Anyway. All right, let's see here. Whoa, Jesus, somebody ordered something huge off Etsy. What did they order? Somebody just ordered something massive off my Etsy. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, Christina. Okay, Christina, send me a picture of your pet. All right. Thank you, Christina, for your business. I appreciate that. All right, let's see about this with Kristen. Kristen had the dollar. Kristen wants to know what? Kristen, what is your question? I'm scrolling around, trying to find it. Kristen said, will my husband find a better job? All right. Let's see about that with the husband and the job. Husband and the job. Not just the husband, but the husband and the job. Do a little bit of a golden tarot there because that's what we need in life. We need a golden tarot. And I'm not trying to find the button, actually. Where the hell did I put the button? Are you serious right now? There it is. Okay. The golden wheel. Yeah. What can I do to accept being ignored by someone I like and move on? Well, there is that. There is, sometimes you get a little bit of that crush going, and that's the way it goes. Husband to find a job. Definitely be more mobile. I think we're in a very tight, limited radius almost for finding something that we need, finding something that we want. And it feels like the chariot means we need to be more mobile and be a bit more expansive in that radius to try to get out as far as we can and try to reach out and find things that are going to be a little bit outside of the usual places we would go, be a little bit sort of mobile if we don't mind moving around, if we don't mind literally moving and whatnot. That could be a possibility with that. If you're not interested in moving, you could be looking at a longer commute. Again, it appears that the radius is just not there. You have to expand the radius out. That is going to be the big thing. The Fool says get out there and keep going. Get out there and definitely don't give up. Don't give up. Never surrender, as they say in the cartoon movies. Sunflower and Stacy, thank you so much for your donations. Philippe, there you go. Philippe got hosted. There you go. All right, Philippe, we're gonna handle Philippe's relationship issues here in a minute. Philippe, that's no good, man. That is no good at all. You fall in love, you find someone that you like, and they tell you to go away. What air sign will be in my future, Libra or Gemini? Hello B wants a throwdown. One is a throwdown. Which button is the throwdown?
Time for a tarot throwdown.
Libra, is it Libra Gemini? I'm messing this up. Libra Gemini throwdown. Which air sign will be in my future? You are dedicated to that air sign. You are dedicated to those air signs. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying the air signs are bad. I'm just saying that you went all in. You went all in. You put the chips down on that roulette. You said, I want red, and you threw it down, and you said, hoped for the best. I got one. One time I was leaving Vegas and I threw everything down that I had won in Vegas the entire time and on a roulette. One spin and I won it. And that was a wild time. That was a wild time. All right. Let's see how this is going to go. So we got Libra up here and we got Gemini down here. Gemini's not looking very good. We got a lot of problems. I don't think Gemini's bad. I don't think Gemini's a bad sign or anything like that. I'm saying this particular Gemini that you have this possibility with looks really rough. This is a rough road. It's like one of the roads where you looks on Google Maps and you're thinking that road looks pretty good. And then you get on it, it's like all rocks and gravel and dirt. And you can hear them crunching underneath your tires. And you're like, I'm not driving a 4-wheel truck. I hope I don't get stranded out here. It's one of those. It's one of those. That's how the Gemini feels. Okay. Libra looks a lot better. Libra looks a lot better. We have a nice balancing aspect with Libra, which is going to be okay. That's going to be okay. The Libra looks like a good investment in your time as well. So the Libra, good investment of your time, looks like a good selection. I think the Libra is going to have a nice balance, as all Libras do. And you do, but we don't have justice here, but we do have the sort of the balancing aspect of the temperance. We have this good mix. So it's good personality. It's possible sort of to get in their personality and sort of understand them, to sort of take a moment in their shoes and sort of, get their perspectives on things. I think that's going to be kind of important for this particular thing. Stacy, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Hanged Man said they have a lot of things they introduce you to that you haven't seen before. Maybe skydiving, maybe, a bunch of sort of exciting things that you've never experienced. They're able to bring that and share that with you, and that gets get you really sort of excited and enthusiastic about that. Now, here's the rough road Gemini. Rough road Gemini, that just too much being alone, too selfish, a little bit too much of the selfish aspect with that. They're good with stuff. I mean, they are a Gemini. Geminis are good with everything. They're good with stuff. They are the magician, but they very much need it their own way, or it's the highway. So, you know what I mean? Well, there you go. And Chris's family because they're bad people. I have no idea. Bartman, what the world are you talking about over here? Bartman's got a whole thing on there. You know what I mean? I hope the rest today. Christina, the other Christina, welcome. How you doing? It's good to see you. All right. Sunflower wants the Philippe. All right. Philippe has a crush. Philippe, I hear you. Philippe, I hear you. All right. You know, what do we got to do to move on? We got to move on from the crush. Got a little bit of that crush we got to get with. This Might Hurt Tarot would be appropriate for this. We got to admit now. This Might Hurt Tarot is going to be where it's at. Okay. Let's see. Stacy, general reading for tomorrow. All right, Stacy, we got you covered. Stacy, February the month for P and S to finally come together. P.S. Well, there you go. Let's see. In order to get the sun, you're thinking about it too much. You're thinking about it too much. And that's the bottom line, right? You're just thinking about it a little bit too much. It's not going to clear up the more you think about it. You're going to have to distract yourself and do the old, the thing that grandma said, just distract yourself, go forth and do something else, right? The sun says that there are some good things in your life. There's some great things. There's some fun things that you have, some things that you can embrace, some things that you can sort of go through and get started on, some things that you can embrace with that. That's going to be important to get the sun in your life, and literally the sun as well. Go outside, get a little bit of that sun, get everything sort of happening, get it going. The Four of Wands says to be comfortable with how your life is and how you are now. Nothing, okay, if there's nobody anywhere that is going to make you happy. I mean, bottom line, if you're looking for somebody to make you happy, they're never going to make you happy. It's really about yourself and how you judge things, how you perceive things and whatnot. So nobody's just going to do a Six of Pentacles and just throw you coins and just make you happy. You're going to make yourself happy, right? And somebody else being in your life is a huge bonus. That's great. But if you're looking upon them to make you happy, and if you're saying, I'm not happy until this situation occurs, I mean, you're putting yourself into a failure situation. The Four of Wands says, be comfortable with where you are at in your home life, in your life. Be comfortable with where you're at and be happy with where you're at. If somebody wants to join you in that quest for life, then that's going to be great. But if they're not there, that's going to be great too. They could enhance it, but if they don't enhance it, it's still okay. Ace of Cups says you do have another opportunity. You got some more love in the future. Ace of Cups is important because we're meeting somebody else. And obviously somebody else, finding someone, enjoying somebody else is going to be very quickly get over any other previous thing that you were sort of looking at. So, the Ace of Cups, you're meeting someone soon. I wouldn't just stress over it. I mean, don't worry about it. We got it going on. All right. It's double Stacy Reads. Stacy, thank you so much for all your donations tonight. I appreciate you, Stacy. Stacy, it's always good to have you. General reading for tomorrow. Let's see about that. Stacy, tomorrow. Well, hopefully you win the lottery. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm hoping that you win the lottery. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes. General reading for tomorrow. Nothing says tomorrow. Tomorrow, there's always tomorrow, like Gregory Scott does. I could hear Gregory Scott singing the Tomorrow song. What movie is that from? Is that what the hell movie is that from? Is it? I think it's Wizard of Oz. Isn't it Wizard of Oz? I think so. A little bit of Wizard of Oz action there. Tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. I forgot. I think it's Wizard of Oz. Anyway, the Emperor, it says, definitely take charge, go forth tomorrow, lovers, Eight of Pentacles and the Sun. You got work to do. You're going to need some other people to help you out. Is it Annie? Okay. You're going to need some people to help you out with that. Again, tomorrow is going to be the big day where everybody's coming back from vacation. They feel like they need to get stuff done. Everything, we got new money for the new year. Everybody's sort of trying to figure out how to do things. I think tomorrow is going to be pretty big as far as getting leadership going, getting projects going, starting it out, running it forth. The emperor says that it's time to take charge and definitely come in with the cup of coffee in hand. You've already had at least one cup. You need to be just alert and ready to roll with that. The lover says there's going to be a lot of people attracting your attention, trying to getting your attention tomorrow. So tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. And the lover says there's a lot of people going to be trying to interact with you tomorrow as far as that is concerned. Eight of Pentacles, again, this is time to get running, start moving. Definitely have the cup of coffee, definitely be engaged, definitely sort of seeing where you are going to be at, because that is going to be a busy day, action packed. The sun says it's going to be all right. The sun's going to be out. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be nice, but the sun says it's going to be a pretty good day. So there you go. All right. And then February is the month for P&S to finally come together. P&S. Okay. Let's go with that. Go with a little bit of the Elemental Wisdom Tarot action. Let's see. P&S. Cats always demand you. I mean, that's what cats do. That's what cats do. P&S for February. Is that what it's going to be? It's Annie, bruh. Okay, bruh. It's Annie. Okay. I get it. I get it. Didn't have to put the bruh in there. I mean, I'm just saying. Cats always demand the attention. I love cats. Speaking of which, we're going to make an executive decision. Since we got your cats, they want your attention, we're going to use the Grimalkin Tarot for this one. We got to use the Grimalkin Tarot for this one. I'm just saying, we all love us some cats. A little bit of that Grimalkin action. P&S, they've been apart. They're miles and miles apart. And they need to be together, finally, once more. What is it going to take for them to be together? Let's see, by turning off that big, annoying graphic in the middle of the screen so you can actually see the cards. That's the best part of the day, when you can see the tarot cards on the video screen. All right, see about this. Is it going to be a thing for February? The Devil, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Five of Swords. It's a bit iffy. We have a little bit of action there. I mean, if you're looking at coming together, being together, that looks a little bit challenged as far as that goes. You know what I mean? I just got the weirdest spam email. Yeah, it looks a little bit challenged for getting that. It looks like that there's a possibility to get together, but February may not be it. It looks more like, I would say, late March-ish. Late March-ish is going to be a little bit better. Ace of Wands says the action is not taken in February. If you're looking at action getting going, the Ace of Wands being right side up would be fantastic, but it's not. The Five of Swords is the Lord of Defeat. So it doesn't mean that things are cut. Things are, not exactly terrible. It would be if this is upright, but being upside down, it means we still have some possibilities. We're just looking for a little more extra time. This sort of functions as a combination similar to a Four of Swords, where you have the little delay and whatnot, and all of that. The Ten of Pentacles reverse says that happy family, that coming together, that being all that stuff is just not really in the cards as far as February goes. But I think late March is going to be better. And that's going to be for the best, right? It's going to be for the best for P, especially. The Devil card reverse, as they're sort of dodging the bullet, as it were, right now. You got to sort of be careful with this. So again, February may not be the best time. March, late March is going to be a lot better for that particular possibility there. All right, so there you go. Get a little water break and then do Aqua. What is Aqua's question? Brian, that's a nice tarot pack. What are they called? It's called the Grimalkin Tarot by M.J. Mullane. MJ makes some nice stuff. You probably know her from the Crow Tarot, which was published many years ago. She did the Crow Tarot. She's done the Grimalkin. She has another one called Wise Dog Tarot, which is coming out this month. Yeah, late this month, the Wise Dog Tarot is going to be out. I did have the Wise Dog Tarot. Looks fantastic. Anyway, and she has another one which is like a tarot, a bunch of different animals together. So you sort of see a bit of a theme, right? Aqua, I'm doing your reading right now. I'm doing your spam is going up as I'm doing the readings right now. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hosting Aqua. Let's time Aqua out so they'll stop spamming. That'd be great. And while you're in timeout, let's do your reading. How fun is that? All right. What do you see in my next relationship? When do you see it happening? Let's see about that. See about that by using the tarot that we're going to use a minute ago. There you go. By the way, in case you wonder what this tarot is, it is called the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. Now, there are a few Elemental Wisdom Tarots, but this is this one. This is not the other one. Okay. Aqua, we're finally back. We finally got you covered. Aqua's all excited to be here. Aqua, thank you for joining me. By the way, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe, you need to do it. You need to do it because we have a lot of good stuff coming this month. I got news. I got news coming out in a few days, and then I got the channel news coming out, I think, tomorrow. So if you're wondering where all of the reprints of all my tarots are at, because I'm getting a lot of emails about them, then you'll get an update tomorrow. Okay. What do you see as my next relationship, and when do you see it happening? Two of Wands, Six of Wands, and the Emperor. You know, as far as what do you see, I think that you have an Aries sort of coming in. I think the Aries is definitely sort of taking charge and definitely doing their own thing. I guess that's one of the big problems, right? The Aries is literally doing their own thing. So you're sort of an addition to their life, sort of an interesting addition, but still an addition. And definitely sort of a fun, cool little relationship. Not something that you really want to lean on for a long period of time or whatnot. But the Emperor says that they have it going on and they wouldn't mind you being around in that. They wouldn't mind you being around in the situation. So the Emperor's looking pretty good there. Now, the Six of Wands is overall, you see this as a good, successful something. You see this as having some sort of impact, some sort of a power with that. I do think this particular person is very demanding of you. So if you know what I mean? So if you need somebody to be really demanding of you, then this person's going to be demanding of you. So, there you go. But as far as when, I would say probably 10 weeks. We do have the 10 of Wands. I think sort of that encumbrance coming in here means a little bit of a 10-week situation. That's not where the thing actually runs into. I think that's where you sort of meet this particular person. So you're looking at a little bit of time as far as sort of a substantial relationship, something that's going to be really good and whatnot. There you go. Magic stick. Are you doing any magic tonight? I'll do a double lift. You want to see a double lift? Let's see. What can I do? Let's see. What can I do? All right. You just want to see just generic magic? We'll do that. Just generic magic. Is this going to focus? I mean, it could focus. I mean, there you go. There you go. A little Erdnase action going there. That's pretty nice. And then you just snap like that. It becomes I mean, there you go. There you go. That's all you really need. That's all you really need. You want to see a Dan and Dave slide? You remember this from Dan and Dave? Dan and Dave's first DVD set. Anyway, I forgot what the hell they called that. Whatever. All right. There you go. There's just some magic. Okay. Astros Tarot. How can I improve my tarot readings? Well, let's see about that. What is CLP? That is what you use to get gunk off your car, isn't it? That was Brian. Yeah, Brian. There you go. There you go, Brian. There's your magic trick. How can I improve my tarot readings? AT. How can I improve my tarot readings? Let's see how that goes. That's amazing. Not close up in camera, it's not. That's more amazing when it's at a long distance from you. That's much better when you're not looking. It's much better when you're not looking. You know what I mean? COVID is getting insane in Los Angeles. Yeah, I think you're kind of locked down at this point, all right? Isn't LA like completely locked down? All right. How can I improve my tarot readings? Let's see about that. Of course, you can improve it by buying my book. My book is on sale. You get the audio book, 8 hours for only $5. I'm just saying, that's too low of a price, but I put it in there anyway. By the way, link in the description. There you go. There you go. Improve your tarot readings with that. So the wheel. I mean, you got to keep doing it. Practice, more practice and all that. The wheel of fortune. It's going to do things day to day. Every day it's the same thing. Jesus, we got 55 viewers a minute ago. Welcome, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my double lift and Erdnase. The wheel says doing it. Doing it is going to be critical. The more we do it, the better we get. You know, the more we do it, the better that we get. And that's going to be the thing. You just got to do it and do it more. And again, there's a lot of ideas on how to do that, right? The 8 is sort of interesting here. You've got some bad habits that you need to shed. You need to shed some of these bad habits. The 8 says abandon what doesn't work. If it's uncomfortable, if it makes you feel weird, if it makes you stall, if it's something that is not optimal for you, abandon it, because you need to optimize your reading. Bottom line, you can't just be just randomly do readings with random situations. You want to optimize it to learn faster, to be better, and to improve upon how it goes, right? And the 10 of Swords as well. It says definitely not only consider abandoning something, but cutting things completely out and whatnot. The 10 of Swords is a cutting action. It's a complete stoppage. Make sure that you take breaks from it so that your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, your intuition all get a little bit of a rest, and then they can come back fresh tomorrow. You know what I mean? When you don't work out every single day. You take a couple of days off so you have time to heal and whatnot. And do the same with tarot. So your mind will start going and thinking about what you did the other day, and it'll start figuring out how to do things. Because if you're just lobbing tarot every day at it, that's not going to be something that's going to be beneficial for you long run. And the bottom line, the 6, it says, look at your successes instead of worrying about being wrong. Okay, bottom line, if you were correct on every single tarot reading, you'd have your own TV show and you'd be a millionaire. Come on. Okay. You're going to be wrong sometimes. Don't let it bug you. Don't let it be just this horrible situation that it bugs you. You're constantly thinking about whatever. You just got to continue on. You got to go to the next reading. So, again, if you were right every single time, then you'd be handing out lottery numbers and the government probably would kidnap you. And, that's just the... And that's just the thing, and ask you about foreign nations and whatnot. You don't want to be in that situation. You do want to be wrong occasionally. I mean, the kidnapping perspective from all the I've learned from the movies, if you're actually psychic, you know what I mean? Then you're probably going to get kidnapped by some government, and they're going to use you to spy on somebody else. Okay, so being wrong occasionally is going to be good in the long run. I'm just saying, look, there's a new perspective for you. I learned this from all the movies. Can you tell me about Richard? Okay, Richard, hope his nickname is not Dick. You know what I mean? Rose Garden. We have a link in the description where you can donate through Square, which is basically PayPal. All right, a little bit of the Wildwood Tarot. You know what I mean? Super chat is not working. Rose, that is not good at all. All right, let's see about this. Sunshiny day. Can you tell me about Richard? Well, let's see. I think occasionally somebody will call him Dick. Yeah, it is Richard. Could be called him Dick. Okay, well, let's see about this guy named Richard. What is going on with him? The stag being reversed. Richard's all over the place. Richard is all over the place. Well, yeah, a little wavering, changes their mind a lot, not very committed to something. When they need to be committed to something, It feels like that, not much so. The stag being reversed, just is sort of wavering back and forth on things. Not exactly the person who sort of drives home, drives things forward based upon their ideas and their ambitions and whatnot. Seems to do sort of, go along with whatever they need to go along with, basically. So, you know what I mean? CM, you are correct. But that's not me, by the way. I'm not describing myself. The stag, anyway, being upside down. Ace of Arrows. So they're very good communicator. They're going to be able to talk anything. They're going to be able to talk and talk. They're very good communicator. They get their ideas across very well. Basically, it's an INTP. If you're not familiar with that, that is introverted, intuitive thinking and perceiving. Go to INTP Central. You can read all about the INTPs. They basically have amazing ideas. They are fantastic at communicating everything. But as far as doing anything, you got to drag them out. You got to drag them out pretty hard. You know what I mean? You're going to have to drag that dick out and have this person and have Richard or Dick get that done. The world tree being reversed says, overall, if you're looking for hooking up with this person, you may want to think twice, basically. You may want to think twice. Sunshiny day, you may want to think twice a little bit of the clients. Playboy Bunny, there is no list. The list is not closed. You know why? Because there is no list. This is not a normal tarot reading channel. We do things wild and weird. Post your question right now, and if I got time, I may read it, depending upon if I like it. If I like it, I might read it, but there is no list. You know what I mean? There's no list at all. There's no list at all. We got some stuff going on in chat. What the hell is going on in chat? Can you tell me to travel overseas this year? I like that question. Aliza, I like your question. I am going to read it. I like it. All right. By the way, there is no list. Okay. Can you tell me if I'm going to travel overseas this year? That's such a great question. That's right to the point. It's like, we need to know this and all of that stuff. No, you know what I mean? That's why I don't go, There you go. Video for tarot. His entire channel is about teaching tarot. Indeed. I teach tarot. I teach a lot of tarot. Okay. Are we going to travel overseas this year? We're looking for movement cards. Movement cards would be fantastic. The Hermit is a big hint that, yes, we are going to do that. Why is the Page of Wands and the Nine of Cups reversed, though? I mean, once we get there, the situation that you think you're going to get is not exactly what you sort of get handed out and whatnot. But the Nine of Cups says that ultimately what you're looking for is not what you receive. Does that make sense? What you're looking for is not what you receive as far as traveling overseas. I do think you do that. The Hermit, if you've read my book, by the way, link in the description. If you've read my book, you'll know that the Hermit is arriving at a destination. So if you're moving, the Hermit says you arrived at the destination and you're good with it. If you're traveling, it means you arrived at that destination. And because it's in the middle, again, it sort of situates you where you do indeed travel. Now, the Page of Wands being reversed says there is a delay. There is some things that you need to coordinate in order to get this done. But yeah, it is possible. But again, a delay, you need to coordinate some things. You need to fix some things. You need to get some things all situated before you do that. Otherwise, it's going to be quite a mess. Okay. And thank you for your donation. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation as well. There you go. Since when is a Hermit a movement card? It is not a movement card. It is an arrived at a destination card. KD. It is an arrived at a destination card. More info on that in my new book, by the way. I dive deep into the Hermit. No pun intended. From the rear. All right, Cheryl wants to know, my health be affected in the workplaces? Okay, Cheryl's concerned. Ms. M, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. Very concerned about COVID. Will my health be affected with all of that stuff? Yes. Yeah, D. D. It has arrived at a destination card. That's one of the 10,000 meanings of it. But when you're looking at travel and you want to sort of shoehorn that in or sort of figure out where it belongs in the reading, that is where you lean, at least according to me. You know what I mean? Chatty Man is referring to Sam. It's a book that I wrote, Sam. It's in the description. Ebook in the description. It's only $5 for the ebook. $5 for the 8 hours audiobook. So if you like my voice and you want me to read it to you, you know, you don't want to read it. You're just like, screw it. Somebody read it to me. I do that for you for $5. Okay. Link in the description. Will my health be affected or we're going to get COVID basically? The Fool, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. I don't think so. I don't think this is something that that ends up affecting you. The Fool says you're very mobile. We're sort of getting going. We're going on. I think that we're moving around. We're having a lot of activity. I don't think that your health is going to be affected by that. The Fool is a very good card for sort of movement card, checking around, moving around, keeping going and not really stopping and whatnot. The King of Cups is very good for overall health and just sort of vitality. The King of Cups sort of says that, you know, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. I don't think that that is going to be a thing. Seven of Cups, though, says, I mean, you're not going to be there long anyway. I mean, you're going to be heading off and traveling afar very soon. So the Seven of Cups says I wouldn't worry about it too much. You know what I mean? There you go. Of course, entertainment purposes only. All right. Anu, will I clear my exams? All right, Anu, let's see how you're going to do on the grades. A little bit of the grades, you know what I mean? Sunshiny day to find one. There you go. Exams in 2021. Anu wants to know. Exam smooshing, rear smooshing. It is all about the smooshing. If as long as you're smooshing with somebody, you know, as long as you got someone to smoosh with, then that is pure magic. That is pure magic. As long as you have somebody to smoosh with. All right, let's see. Going to get the exams done. We're going to pass these exams. How are we going to do on the exams in 2021? High Priestess says absolutely. High Priestess is such an interesting card. Such a great card. As with everything, a nary. All right. As with everything in tarot, every card has 10 billion destinations and translations and keywords and whatnot. One of the big ones on the High Priestess is because she has a scroll, because she has a book and some other decks and whatnot. You're looking at knowledge and having the knowledge that you need to succeed. And with this, I think that you're going to have the knowledge that you need to pass. So this is sort of the end of it. It looks on here and says if we have the knowledge, we've got enough studying done to get it done. The Prince of Discs as well. I think that you not only clear it, but I think you get a better grade than what you were expecting, which is kind of important here. I don't think that you're going in kind of nervous. You got to admit, you're going in a little bit nervous on this one. You're thinking, not really sure that I covered everything, not really sure if I hit the books enough. I'm not really, you know, I'm sort of concerned about what I'm studying versus what's going to be on the tests and whatnot. So that's going to feel like that as you go in there, you're going to have a little bit of nervousness going in, right? Two of Swords, I don't think, again, you know what to expect. These exams are a little bit more unusual than what you're used to. I think they do have a couple of fastballs in them where you're just not really sure what in the world's going on or why they even asked that question. But overall, I think you're going to score just fine on it. High Priestess says so. High Priestess says you're going to be all right. Going to be all right. Ms. M. Cap Guy, yesterday afternoon. Let's check that out. All right, Ms. M. Cap Guy, that's what's going on. The thought want to get technical, the Torah. The Torah. Okay, well, yeah, Queen of Swords Tarot. Yes, I know. All right, there you go. I am a Virgo, but I don't want to get technical because I can only talk so much about a card in the few minutes that I have to do the reading. All right. She is a big knowledge card, though. She knows where she's at. She knows what she wants to get going. Speaking of getting going, you know what I'm saying? We have the beautiful, the hand-trimmed oak, ash, and thorn tarot. Oak, ash, and thorn. Straight through the holidays. I feel you. I do feel you on that. All right, where are we going with this? The Kept guy. How do they feel yesterday afternoon? How do they feel about you? Well, something happened yesterday afternoon, didn't it? Didn't it? Ms. M, what happened yesterday afternoon? What happened? Ms. M, let us know. The High Priestess is back. The High Priestess is back. I'm not sure if the bird can hold the Torah. Maybe, maybe not. But, something happened. Death. There's some changes coming. Ms. M, there was some changes yesterday afternoon. Something happened. Something was going on. There was a bit of changes. I think it took them unexpected. Took them by surprise. They were not really unsure how to go about it after that. A little bit of a surprise. It looks like it was not a bad surprise. Not a bad surprise. But it feels like that there's something going on that they like. A little bit rested afterwards and whatnot, but you know what I mean? Got a little bit going on there. So few changes. Things are going on. I think things are calming down for them, though. Things are calming down a little bit overall. But things are going on, but it was pretty good. And they're having fun with all of that. High Priestess, again, so, the High Priestess definition in this particular case is sort of just this intuitive thing or this feeling like we're connected and whatnot. So, there you go. There we go. Sam calls me the chatty man. Sam, what am I supposed to do? Sam, it's my stream. What am I supposed to do? Is it, Sam, do you want me just to be quiet? I'm not sure. You call me the chatty man, but it's my stream. If I sat here and didn't say anything, everybody would leave. You know what I mean? They'd leave. They'd exit. Why would they come on here? Okay. All right. It's time for some questions. Who has a question? Let's scroll up. We already did a random question. Let's see what else is going on. Mary. I don't like that question. Let's move on. Movie style tarot. That's what we need. We do need more movie tarots. Problem is the IP, getting all that. Life advice for anyone. Does serve your highest thing. Anyway, here's a question. Let me know. Otherwise, I'll sit here and just hang out. I want to post that. I want to post the new tarot that I saw that I really enjoyed on Kickstarter. So, no, not sponsored, but this Kickstarter here is going to replace the Bonefire. It comes out in April, apparently, and it looks good. I think it's going to replace the Bonefire tarot. I'll be honest with you. It looks like the Bonefire. It feels like the Bonefire. I think this is going to be where it is at. Maybe I could use sign language. Maybe I could use some sign language instead of chatting. What do you think? A little bit of the sign language stuff. You know what I mean? Anyway, Christina, did you get into your car? Oh, man, I got the weirdest spam. Okay, you sent a photo. What's the photo? The photo of the dog. Oh, okay. There you go. Cool. All right. There's 40 people in here. Ran out of donations. Doesn't happen much. It is Saturday. Saturday's sort of winding down a little bit. I guess we'll end here, I guess. There we go. We will end here. Put an ending soon thing up here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I greatly appreciate everybody being here. And I'm here every single night. If you're new here, please hit the like and subscribe button. Tomorrow, I have the channel news. So if you're curious about what's happening on the channel or what are my future plans for my tarot deck that I made and all this, the book and everything else, watch the video tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow.
2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song. Turn it up, windows down, we sing along. summer night has just begun.